expensive, isn't it?
Yep, it is.
That's interesting, isn't it? Because where I am, we have no heating in the house. None. Because it's never cold enough to need heating. How about in Indonesia? Bella, what's the temperature with you?
It's usually around 29 to 35 degrees Celsius.
Wow.
Is that the temperature now?
Now, currently, let me check the weather out.
British people always
It's 26 degrees Celsius.
20.
And for me, it's pretty cold.
Is it?
26.
So do you wear a coat when you go outside or not?
No, I don't. But I wear long sleeves and everything.
Yeah, yes.
So we have the same temperature then, Bella. It's 21 where I am.
Almost the same, yeah.
Almost the same. But we have a lot of rain. A lot of rain.
Here's Fitri. Hello, Fitri.
Hello. Hello, Penny. Hello, Katie. Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Hello.
How is everything?
Here's our IT specialist.
No.
IT specialist he is.
It's 20.
Okay.
It's 24 degree here.
Wow.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, and it's raining outside. It's like cat and
We've
dogs.
got rain as well, Fitri. Yeah,
Like cats and dogs.
Your cats and dogs.
Yeah. And Kathy, do you bring your dogs today?
Did I bring
Your dogs?
my dog?
Yes.
He's asleep on the chair.
Ah, lazy dog.
Do you want to see him?
Yes, because he was jumping all around when you have a class, and I like to see that.
That's because I was doing some warm-ups, and he doesn't like me doing warm-ups. Hold on.
Sleeping, yeah.
He's on the chair sleeping.
Georgie. Oh, he's asleep, is he? Oh.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, who's that?
It's me. I say hello to him.
Barking.
Yeah, I'm saying hello to him, yeah?
Yes.
Okay,
Right.
so who's here? Nearly everybody's
Hi,
here.
Ellen.
Okay.
So,
Hi, Fitri.
It's you, Ellen.
Yep. What's wrong?
That's gorgeous hair.
Oh, thank you. I usually straighten it, but I had no time today, so I'm curly. That's why probably something new for you.
Looking good. Never see that before.
Oh, thank you.
okay, so we're I can see that Marina and I don't think Marina and Fatty are going to be here today. But thank you to everybody else who is here. It's our core team of 12. So it's nice to see you all. And we're all here today, Kathy and myself, and welcome to Sarah as well.
Hi, Sarah.
Hi there.
Right, for those of you who haven't met Sarah before, you've probably corresponded with her because Sarah is our International Student Support Officer. And so when you applied to enroll and go through all the paperwork to get onto the Warwick systems, Sarah is the person who helps you do all that. So, and if you were on campus, she would be the lady who would be looking after you in host families and getting you set up on systems and trips and bus passes and seems a long time ago that does.
It does seem a long time ago when we did things like that.
And it could well be that we might have maybe Jonathan might pop in, I don't know, and maybe another teacher's coming, another of our colleagues, Miriam, might be dropping in. She's she's in a meeting at the moment, but she said she'd like to drop in and listen to some of the presentations. So if everybody's happy to make a start, Kathy, did you want to say anything, or shall I just press ahead?
Let's press ahead now, because it's, yeah,
Okay,
that's fine.
so I'm still having problems sharing my presentations. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but anyway, hopefully you can see my presentations, and it's the final presentations. So welcome. And I noticed today that oh, here's Jonathan. Jonathan's here and gone quickly. Hello. Hi, Jonathan.
He's here.
He's here, and you turned your camera off really quickly. On mute, Jonathan. Oh, that's because you're having a biscuit with a cup of tea.
No.
There.
Hello, everyone. Hello.
Okay, welcome, Jonathan. Jonathan is our business development manager, and he's the gentleman who talks to your universities about courses and the programs that we do, and invites you all along. Okay, so so we're going to make a start. Hi, Susie. Welcome to our final presentations on this unusual date of 211221. And we've got our project groups here, hopefully. Fatty, I don't think we'll see Fatty and Marina, sadly, because Marina sent her apologies, which is a shame, really. But these are the groups that you've been working in. And these are the titles of your projects, which are all looking really interesting. We might as well go in the order that they're listed on the slide, I think. I'd like to thank you all as well very much for sending me your written projects. There's been some excellent written projects, and I'll be sending you feedback on those shortly as well. So here are our topics that you can read on the slides, and it'd be nice for you to listen to each other's as well, because they're quite diverse, I think. Which makes it really interesting. And then just a little bit of housekeeping then. So what we're hoping to do is for you to take about 8 to 10 minutes to present your poster. We're hoping that there will be questions as well. And then Kathy and I will give you some feedback on your presentation. It's really important that you stay with us through the presentations, listen carefully, because you're listening to your peers who've worked hard to put the presentation together. And so it's nice to have that involvement and to think of some questions to ask each other. And then at the end of that, if we've got time, I'm not quite sure how it's going to pan out. We never always know. Hopefully we might have time for a Christmas quiz. If we've got time, we'll see how we go. Okay, so that's it. Are there any questions? Does anybody want to ask me anything before we start, or is everybody happy with that? I can't actually see I can't see if anybody's hand up. No, everybody's happy. So if we look back at the list of presenters, Adele and Anastasia. I think Anastasia, is Adele here?
Not yet.
She is, but she's having connection issues.
Oh.
Because she's in Bali right now.
Got connection. Anastasia, are you here?
Hello, yes, I'm here, but I'm afraid the station is a rail station. There's maybe noises in the background. Sorry.
Right, okay, so we were hoping to have Adele and Anastasia first. Oh, Adele, you're there. There you are. You haven't got your... I don't recognise you without your hat.
Your hat
Hi,
is
I'm
gone.
so late. Sorry. I'm in a new location now, so I can't... I've been trying my best to connect.
Oh, well, we can see and hear you.
Okay, thank God. Yes.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop sharing my screen, and then you can share your screen, your poster, okay?
Hold on.
We've got the first presentation is to what extent Is folk style music different between Russia and Indonesia? Great way to start on music. Fantastic. Right,
Okay.
here we go. So over to you, Adele and Anastasia.
I'm not sure if this will work really well, but I will do my best, okay?
The joys of technology. Don't worry, take your time.
All right, I need to figure out how to
Take your time. Please don't feel any time pressures, because I think, you know, presenting online is a whole different type of presentation. And when you're struggling, I mean, when we think of the distances involved here and the time zones, and, you know, take your time to set it up. That's fine.
Right. Yes, thank you. How do I share screen again? I keep forgetting.
Right, if you go to the top and you have a look along the top ribbon, you have where next to the leave button, there's an upward arrow.
All right, yeah.
Now, if you click on that upward arrow, if you have any sound in your presentation, before you share your content, you should click include computer sound. If you have any clicks.
Okay. I don't have any, so it's okay.
Okay.
Can you guys see this?
It's coming up. Wow. Perfect.
Okay.
Okay, is Anastasia going to join in as well?
I don't know which. Is she here? Anastasia?
Yes, yes, I'm here.
Okay.
Yes,
okay.
yes, I'm here.
When you're ready.
Okay. Okay, I'm actually kind of nervous.
Time, take a deep breath. It's hard to be the first off.
Yes, it is. Okay. Good day to you all, everyone. My name is Adele, and there is my partner, Anastasia, and we are here to talk about the differences of folk music between Russia and Indonesia. Now, let me start this presentation by saying that Russia and Indonesia are two very different countries. I myself, as an Indonesian, have been raised with a lot of diverse culture in my life. And I'm sure that Anastasia has been raised with different norms and values other than the ones that I have been brought up on. As you can see in the very first box about each country, you'll see that even just the flags, although quite similar, having both the red and white colors, you can see that Russia has a blue strip in between. And you can see that the culture is different from the food, from the clothing, as well as the musical instruments that they have both created. For example, with Indonesia, there is the gamelan instrument, which is a Sundanese instrument, usually in a lot of traditional folk songs. And we have different types of food, and we also have different types of clothing. And we're going to go on our first point, which is each country's most well-known songs and how they're made. So Anastasia can explain first. Anastasia?
Yes, first is known songs and how they're made. About Russia. Kalinka is one of the most popular songs in Russia. The composition Kalinka has long been considered the property of Russian folklore and belonged to folk songs. In fact, the authorship of the song belongs to the famous Russian compositor Ivan Petrovich Larionov, who is also considered a writer, musicologist, folklorist, and the song Kalinka can often be heard in football and hockey matches.
Well,
yes. Yeah.
While she is fixing her, while there are some.
Did we lose Anastasia?
Yeah, she's off.
Yeah, I don't understand what's happening.
What happened? Anastasia, she's not muted.
Do you hear me?
Sorry. Okay. Sorry. Can anyone hear me? Sorry, my connection just suddenly cut off.
That's okay.
Okay.
Go ahead.
All right. So with my point,
It's Anastasia.
okay. With my point here, one of the examples of Indonesia's diversity of their well-known song is the song called Bengawan Solo. It is made in 1940 by a musician named Gesang Martohartono. It is about the legendary Bengawan Solo River in Solo of Indonesia. And it is made with the classic keroncong style, which is a folk style with some Portuguese influence. It has been made very popular all throughout the country, and it has even made some recognition in other Asian countries such as Japan, Korea, even China. It has been made with many covers and renditions in various languages. As you can see that these songs, they're very popular within their own extent and within their own meanings. For example, with Russia, it is made within the mind of Indonesian people, and it has touched almost everyone in the Eastern European. Hello? Sorry, I'm very, very sorry. It has gained recognition all throughout the country, same as Indonesia. Although these are similar, despite this being similar, you can tell that if you listen to the songs, which unfortunately I do not know how to make that happen, you can tell that these styles are very, very different. Now we're going to go over to the next point, which is their most famous lullaby by each country and their effect. Anastasia?
So, second point, most famous lullaby by each country and their effect. I want to say about lullaby by Barishki Bayu. You can read the text of lullaby in poster. So, a lullaby is one of the oldest genres of folklore. This tradition is present in all peoples of the world, in all cultures. The most popular lullaby in Russia is by Barishki Bayu. In Russia, everyone has known the words of the lullaby about the grey wolf since childhood. So,
all right. So, going over to Anastasia's point here, as you can see that these lyrics are very, very simple, and they're almost bizarre in a sense, even to some audiences. And this is also the same with some lullabies in Indonesia, such as Nina Bobo, which has a background story of quite the spooky sense, in that it is almost made into like a haunting lullaby, even though it's very well known throughout the country. But there's also this particular song which fits this category, which transcends the trials of time and culture, and that is the song Soleram. This song has been popularized by the Western band The Weavers in 1949, but it had been around and had created in Riau and sung all around Indonesia since the pre-colonial era. The lyrics are very simple, much like the Russian lullaby. And there is a line in the song called Aduhai Indung Seorang, which means what a child in an affectionate manner in the Indonesian language. As you can see, both songs can have a sense of affection in order to soothe the children of both countries. But again, if you hear both songs, you'll hear that the effect that they have on each child is very different. In that, I have learned that in Russian lullabies, it's not threatening, but it's very much encouraging the child to go to sleep. While in Indonesia, it's almost the effect of the music itself to encourage the child to go to sleep. Now we're going to go over to the third point, which is songs that describe each country and what it means to them. Anastasia?
So, in fact, there are a lot of songs describing Russia. There are songs describing the people, nature, culture, and reception. And I chose the most beautiful song, in my opinion. I chose the song, Why Do Writers Sound So Beautiful in Russia? So, you can see the screen poster. So, bird is a symbol for beauty and love for Russia. And the history of the song creation until the singer returned to his island after a long trip. He found overground white ridges on the side of the fils tree. The ridges were so beautiful that he just stood and cried. That's all.
Okay, thank you, Anastasia. So you can see now that Russia is very symbolic when it comes to writing songs about their country, and I don't blame them. Russia is a very beautiful country, especially with birch trees such as the picture in this presentation. Now, this differs very greatly from Indonesia, as Indonesians tend to be straightforward and simplistic within writing their lyrics. What it means to describe Indonesia, it has countless examples. However, what comes to my mind when it comes to describing Indonesia is when they gained independence in 1945. This newfound sense of freedom led the people of Indonesia to create songs that further display their solidarity and togetherness in songs of nationalism. This as one country with the written ideology of Pancasila. These examples include Tanah Airku by Ibu Sud, Indonesia Tetap Merdeka by Comel Simanjuntak, and lastly, Indonesia's national anthem, which is commonly sung at assemblies in schools and institutions. It has very strong lyrics of independence, togetherness, and also camaraderie, if I'm pronouncing it that right. These songs remain to have strong influence of pride in the country, which is very much strongly displayed in their songs, using their lingua franca, Bahasa Indonesia, with lyrics to prove the pride and community of their people. So it is very straightforward and very much different from the symbolic sense of the symbolic lyrics of Russian music, Russian folk music. So in conclusion, we can say that Russian and Indonesian cultures differ so much in terms of their folk music because of how they were raised with different norms and values, and also in the styles that they were in that their folk songs were created. However, it is clear that their significance to their respective people is not something to be underestimated. As you can see, me and Anastasia are both very proud of our countries, and we hope that this led you guys to understand more about each of our countries. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you all have a great day.
Thank you very much. Thank you both. That was really interesting. I think I've learned loads now about lullabies in Russia and Indonesia. Things that I would never have thought of. Has anybody got any questions? Does anybody want to ask anything? Jonathan.
Hello. Well done, both of you. Very good. Some excellent English, by the way. The question I'd like to ask is, with folk music and music, you mentioned, I think, especially about Indonesia, music kind of brings the country together maybe after independence. But does the geography of Indonesia in particular, does that also give lots of different styles because of all the different islands? Does music, does it grow kind of inside an island specifically in different areas and different ways?
Of course. That's a very excellent question, by the way. Thank you. Yes, we can all say that within different areas and within different islands, especially the ones who have not been in contact with civilization, there are very rural areas that have grown with their own sets of values and their own sets of norms, and they have continued to survive under their own sense of ideologies. Even we as a country have very different ideologies within our own country, such as Aceh. There's also Papua. So because of that, because of those circumstances, it also affects the way we create our music. So yes, I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay, are there other questions? Kathy, did you put your hand up before?
Well, I was going to give feedback, yes.
Okay. Are there any other questions before Kathy gives feedback? Jonathan again.
Hey, I'm back again. Yeah, both, I think. For the Russian and for the Indonesian question, both sides of it. In terms of the folk music, would you say that it has been modernized in the last, say, 10, 15 years? Has new musical styles come out of it? Or has it become very traditional, both in Russia and in Indonesia?
Another great question. Thank you.
Yes,
it has been modernized in lots of. It has been modernized in lots of ways. There recently, if you can look it up on YouTube, there is a song made in our anniversary of our independence called Wonderland Indonesia, and it has been mixed with a lot of our iconic folk songs into modern electronic dance music, and it is one of our most viewed videos on YouTube, and it really describes our country and all of our different cultures within the country. And there's also one genre that I forgot to mention called dangdut. If you guys know, I'm sure all of my Indonesian friends know about this style, and it is very much a club upbeat style of music that we Indonesians love to party with. So yes, it has been modernized in that way, and I'm sure there's lots that I forgot to mention now, but that is the one that I can think of the most.
Okay, thank you. And in Russia, has the same thing happened there? Is Anastasia still with us? Or
I think Anastasia's with us. I think she's got some sound problems.
Okay.
I could be wrong though.
Yes. So
Anastasia's on mute. So.
Okay. Well,
okay, not to worry. Okay, Kathy.
Yes. Kathy.
Okay, thank you very much, Adele and Anastasia, for a really, really interesting topic. Why did you choose this topic out of interest? Did you say in your presentation? Did you say why?
No, we did not. The reason why we chose this topic is because funny story actually. When we first got together to discuss the project, I saw that she had her earphones on, and all of a sudden it just clicked in my head, and I was like, why don't we do music?
Okay.
And at first we were going to do all kinds of music, as in each country's music, but that would be too broad of a topic. And so we just thought of a different angle, and we just brainstormed, and suddenly we just thought that that folk music hasn't been really talked about in our social circles, especially in the younger generations now. And we just thought that would be a very interesting topic to start with, especially now that we are both very prideful of the songs that we have shown in this presentation.
Yeah.
Well, really, really interesting. And do you enjoy listening to it now? Would you say that, that this is the start of you listening to more folk music, or what?
Yes, it actually is. Yes. When we started researching about these songs, I have started listening to some of what Anastasia has shown me, and she has also started listening to what I have shown her. So in a way, we also kind of learned more about each other, which is a really great thing.
I'm really pleased you chose this topic because I used to sing in a folk group myself.
Really?
And play the piano accordion. And I just wondered what kind of instruments you used to play are used in folk music in Russia and Indonesia. Are they the same or different?
So yes, you can see like in this first box here.
I can't see very well though.
Yeah, it's quite small. I underestimated the size of the poster. I'm very sorry. As you can see, in Indonesia, we have this traditional music instrument called gamelan, and we also have I cannot speak. We also have some instruments called angklung, which is a wind instrument that you can shake and it makes a noise.
Yeah. Gosh.
So a lot of songs are made with these instruments in mind, and you can hear them in almost any formal event of any traditional Indonesian formal event, such as weddings.
Yes.
We also have, I don't know the English word for it, but we have called adat daerah, which is a cultural event that usually takes place within each area, such as there are Balinese adats, there's Sundanese adats. Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much. Well, I'll be quick now because obviously that was a really, really interesting present, and I thought your poster is vibrant. And
isn't it? Yeah, I agree, Kathy.
Vibrant, isn't it, Penny? You know, and
beautiful.
lovely examples on there. And nice, you know, your presentations, because I was thinking, you know, there was really excellent handover between you and Anastasia, and signaling first, second, and picking up from each other as well. I think the lullaby bit I was really interested in because I thought it was quite scary, and then you explained why. You know, what did you say? He'll drag you into the bush. I thought, God, can you imagine singing that to a baby, trying to put them to sleep?
I know.
Really quite scary. I've not heard of this kind of lullaby before, the lyrics anyway. And I just thought the whole thing was really, really interesting, well put together and well delivered. So very, very well done to both of you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Should I stop presenting now?
Yes, Adele, could you kindly share the poster with us in by uploading it into our meeting space? Are you able to do that?
Yes.
Please.
Be lovely to see it.
Yeah, it'd be lovely to kind of like have a good look at it and
be able to read it.
Yeah.
Okay. I will.
Lovely. Okay. So, right. Now I don't know who's next.
I do.
I've lost my presentation. Oh, look, Jonathan's grooving along there.
Next is the liberal and tolerant religion. Joe.
Yeah, it's Austin and Joe. Liberal and tolerant religion. You there? Let me see. Yeah. So there's Ashil and Joe. Hi guys, are you ready to share your screen?
Still muted.
Oh. Yes, I think that's you.
Are you able to share your screen?
Yes, Tejo is sharing his screen, but I think he's having trouble with his network. Wait.
Okay.
Hello. He's trying to go in. Okay.
Is it clear?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here we go.
Okay. Can you see the poster?
Can see the poster. Yes. Perfect.
Okay. Right.
Wow. Oh.
So, can I start? Can we start right now?
Go ahead.
Okay, so before we start, let me ask you this. Which one do you prefer? a liberal religion, or tolerant religion? So keep in mind, save the answer to yourself. There is no wrong answer or right answer. Okay. Okay. So hello everyone. My name is Radian Tejo, and today I'm here with my partner.
My name is Arshil.
Okay. Today we are going to present our research about the differences of religion between Indonesia and UK. There are 3 subtopics we are going to explain. The first one is types of religions in both Indonesia and Britain. The second one is the national holidays. And the last one is the education system in relation to the religion matter. Now, I want you to travel the world with us, while Arshil and I will be your tour guide. Okay, so the first topic. Do you know that Indonesia is the largest Muslim country in the world? With more than 80% of the population is a Muslim. Islam became the major religion in Indonesia. Indonesia has 6 legally recognized religions: Islam, Catholic, Christian, Buddhist, Hindu, and Confucian. Meanwhile, Britain does not have a legally recognized religious standard, but several beliefs in Britain include Christianity as the UK's official religions, Catholic, Protestant, and non-religion. The main other religions are Islam, Hinduism, Sikhism, Judaism, and Buddhism. Living in a diverse environment, we must have seen many people work or doing their daily activities using their religious attributes. As for Indonesia, as a country with religious diversity, the government frees its people to use their religious attributes. As well as Indonesians, UK people are free to wear their religious attire every day, such as turbans or hijabs and yarmulks. There is no prohibition even in a city where the majority of the population belongs to one of the major religions. Unfortunately, freedom does not apply to a person or a group who does not believe in any faith or is an atheist in Indonesia. While in Indonesia, being an atheist does not seem to be a life choice since the people are very, very religious, especially if the Criminal Code Bill or RUU KUHP, which criminalizes agnostic and atheism, is enacted. Meanwhile, in the UK, the government gives full freedom to the people to choose their religion, the freedom to be a person who does not believe in God or has faith. Being an atheist is no longer a taboo in British society. And then we move on to the second topic, and my partner will continue.
Okay, so moving on to the next subtopic. We all surely love holidays, right? Like, who doesn't love holidays? Especially national holidays where everyone can enjoy their relaxing day. With the existence of 6 recognized religions in Indonesia, we celebrate at least 4 national holidays in a year, which are Eid al-Fitr, Vesak Day, Christmas Day, and the Holiday of Silence. In celebrating the holidays, usually we change the decorations in public places such as malls, tourist attractions, and cafes or restaurants. This is accomplished to induce public excitement in welcoming the holiday celebration. In addition, some stores also provide enormous discounts for consumers so that there will be many buyers coming, and then the sellers also can make additional profits. And then for you, since the official religion is Christianity, the celebration of Christmas is the biggest celebration they hold. It begins a few weeks earlier with a Christmas market, parties, trees, gifts, and little pies staged for most of December. There are also other celebrations for other religions such as Eid al-Fitr, Easter Day, and the first day of Sukkot, which is the celebration for. And the last subtopic, and for the last subtopic, we are here considering the importance of religion in daily life, so that the education system in schools and universities in Indonesia is adjusted chiefly. There are spiritual lessons that included in the category of subjects, specifically compulsory subjects in public schools and universities. There are also facilities for worship for the students, but unfortunately, most institutions do not provide facilities equally to all religions adhered to by their students. Most of them only provide prayer room facilities for Muslim students, like a mosque or musola, while other religions are not provided with adequate facilities. And so, in conclusion, from these explanations, we can note that the understanding and the regulations adopted by the state significantly affect the lives of its citizens. Several regulations that have been promulgated are intended to achieve peaceful and tolerant living of the citizens. There are not many differences between Indonesia and Britain in celebrating religious holidays, because most of the national holidays are the same, and the most notable differences is in the freedom of the British citizens to embrace religion and choose to become a non-religion, which is in Indonesia is still a very taboo thing. So, okay. I think that's all from me and Joe.
Okay, so thank you both. Thank you. That's an interesting topic, and some interesting comparisons there between the UK and Indonesia. Are there any questions from anybody? Does anyone have any questions?
Oh, sorry, I haven't put my hand up.
It's fine. Sarah, go ahead. Ask a question, then we'll come to Jonathan. Go ahead.
Thank you. I'm quite interested in your holiday of silence and what happens on that day.
So, Arshil or Joe, either of you want to answer that question? I'm interested too. I think we could do with several holidays of silence in the UK, but tell us what happens on the day. What is the holiday of silence? Can you tell us more about it?
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
Well, so basically, in that day, in the whole day, they done nothing else except eating. So there's not much activities they can do because it's their religions say that, and for the activities, they just pray and eat all day, so in the entire day, just like that.
In addition, also this happens mostly in Bali, one of the island in Indonesia, where once a year in that day the island of Bali completely shuts down. So every shop is closed. There isn't a car or any motorbike to be seen in the streets. And usually at night, the island descends to an inky blackness with no light or fire to be seen. So it's completely nothing to do, like there is no life for a day.
Wow.
Thank you.
Wow. Okay. Any other questions? Jonathan, did that answer your question? You had your
my
hand.
My question was the silence one as well, yeah.
What was the whole... Okay. Does anybody else have any questions? No? Okay, so Kathy, do you want me to feedback or?
Well, I just wanted to say a quick word to Joe because he was in my class last week. Joe, I was really impressed with the beginning of your presentation where you asked a question. You know, we worked on that, and I thought that was a really interesting start, a nice question, and a really, really excellent introduction. And I thought that you'd really, really used your voice so well. You'd slowed down an awful lot, and I noticed the pausing, etc. So I thought that worked really well for you, and a nice handover to Arsil. But well done, both of you. Interesting topic.
Yeah, and if I could, just before moving on to the next project, if I could just congratulate you on the use of an infographic for the poster. That's worked really, really well. And could I ask you to share that poster with us, please?
Yeah, sure.
Could you share it with us? That worked really, really nicely, I think.
Sure.
Okay. Good, thank you. Right, so, yeah, so the next project pair, no, Fatih and Marina aren't here. It's Fitri and Ellen.
Yep, so we are ready. Well, I am personally Fitri. What about you?
Yes, I'm okay. I'm good.
Great, please let me know whether you can see the poster.
I can see it. I don't know about everybody.
Yeah, very clear.
Great. Hello, everyone. Once again, Fitri and I are glad to welcome you to the presentation of our project, which is dedicated to students' perception on internships and online courses from the perspective of the students. First, I'd love to touch upon the structure of the project. We shall start with what internships are and why we need them. Then comes different interviews and advice, and the conclusion is dedicated to motivation for students, and these can be viewed on our poster. The reason why Fitri and I find this topic vital, I guess, and worth working on is the fact that every diligent student, and even those of us who are not that obedient, has at least once thought about how interesting it would be to spend some time at university abroad. It could be a fully-fledged internship with a unique experience of living in another country, or it could be an online course, the one we're having right now. Modern technology allows us not only to meet people from another countries, but even to become online group mates, for example, Fitri and me. Studying abroad is considered fashionable and prestigious, and many prospective students strive to continue their studies abroad at the best British or American or European universities. Well, this happens because of the high quality of education, the opportunity to practice in large companies, broaden career prospects, make new acquaintances, and business contacts around the world. Being among native speakers helps you improve your speaking skills and your foreign language in general. Well, while studying in another country, you will learn about its culture, customs, and traditions, and some things will probably surprise or shock you, but you will gain invaluable experience and knowledge that will help you move forward if you decide to stay and pursue your career abroad. Studying abroad contributes to the development of skills and personal qualities, helps you to identify and eliminate different vital skills. Well, while working on this project, we thought it would be practically useful to pack this essay with some kind of interviews. And our main part is a blend of people from Russia and Indonesia as well, sharing short stories about their experience. And I'd start with Michael, who's 23. He was really used to the fact that in Russia he didn't have a lot of freedom in choosing subjects. In his fourth year, he was lucky enough to travel to Japan for an internship at a local university. And the main surprise for him was the opportunity to choose the courses he wanted to study on his own. And these courses were completely different in terms of subjects, from biology to music, for example. And he would advise students to make the most of their internship. Kathy is 23 as well, and during the first month of her studies in Japan, she was happy to be able to meet new people literally every day. Because, well, basically here in Russia, we usually have groups formed in advance, and we could meet other students only during breaks or special events. And she really liked the fact that she had such a wide circle of communication there. Her main advice is to be bolder and not be shy when showing your best qualities. Chris is currently studying at Nottingham, and she's thrilled with how many creative assignments she's given on a daily basis. She was used to doing her homework consisting of theory and tasks, but here there actually, she has many creative projects all the time, and she would advise everyone to feel free to think outside the box. Well, we move forward to Indonesia, and now it's Fitri's turn to present people he talked to.
Well, thank you. Well, we continue to have interview with Indonesian students who study abroad online to get a better understanding and experience how they perceive the experience and so on and so forth. So I come up with 3 Indonesian students who study abroad online and join a short course. The first one is Ariati, 30 years old female student from Indonesia. She joined a short course at Harvard University, and one of the biggest impression was she can she can mingle with international students, and joining a class with English native speaker is such a fascinating experience. She said it empowers her speaking skill in an enjoyable ways. So at the end, she recommends to challenge everyone's if you want to try to take an experience and to join a course abroad. It is tempting at the same time but challenging as well. The second person I interview is Sri Rezuki, 28 years old. She studied in Glasgow University. She said she was stereotyping at the beginning to join the short course abroad. A lot of pressures and a lot of low confidence in she has low confidence in trying to apply, but later she found out the course was engaging and very interesting, and she didn't regret it. So at the end she said it's a once in a lifetime experience, go out there and try it. The last Indonesian student I interviewed was Alan. She refused to use the real name, so it's actually anonymous, but I just put Alan on the pictures. Alan say you'll never know until you try. Alan was struggling with her English and by all means, but finally he made it, and it was worth to try. At the end, he recommend everyone who want to try to join and apply for experience joining short course abroad in a different country. It's something worth trying. So are we getting to the conclusion, Ellen?
Yep, of course we are.
Okay, over to you first, please. Hello?
So, Fitri, would you?
Okay, I'll go with...
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, it's your turn actually, still.
Okay. Overall, in conclusion, trying to apply to join a short course abroad or apprenticeship abroad is tempting and challenge as well, but at the end of the day you have to try this once in a lifetime experience to have this world experience. Yeah, thank you. And we can see that from both country, Russia and Indonesia. Thank you. That's from me.
Yeah. We really hope that. Yep. We really hope that this project will help all those people who were afraid to admit their desire to study abroad, to become braver and do everything possible to travel to the country of dreams for an internship. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Very good ambassadors for short courses there.
Thank you. I'm happy when Kathy is around, but nervous at the same time because I know feedback is coming, and I love the feedback.
Okay. Do we have any questions? Oh, Sarah's got her hand up. She's going to ask a question. Sarah, go ahead.
Sorry, that was actually meant to be a clap, and I clicked on the wrong thing.
Okay.
But no, I would like to ask you both, Ellen and Fitri, if you had the chance, you know, would you like to go overseas now, do you think, and study a short course?
Absolutely, yes. I keep telling Penny, I hope next year we have this short course, not online, yeah, and just showing the background of Tenerife island by far, but we want to go there. Like, yeah, I want to have Kathy with me face to face, and you know, enjoying the cathedral background, snow everywhere. No, I think, oh, absolutely yes, yeah. I don't know with you, Ellen.
Good.
Yeah, actually, the same thing has been a dream of mine for really long, but unfortunately, due to the world situation we are experiencing now, we can do it offline. But I hope that probably next term it will be better.
Let's see.
Oh, that's positive. Very good.
See you
Thank
in
you.
Warwick, Sarah, someday.
Yes, that would be lovely. Face to face, much nicer. Yeah.
Inshallah.
Inshallah, yeah, inshallah. Ah, you know that. Penny.
Inshallah.
Inshallah, yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, inshallah.
Inshallah.
Okay, Jonathan, you've got a question.
I suppose, yeah, it was kind of half answered, I suppose. I was going to ask both of you, what would be maybe the top 2 countries you'd go to if you have a chance to travel and go on an internship or a short course?
You go first, Ellen. I have like long list.
Well, since my major is English Lit, I think it's quite obvious that it would be either England or the US. Inshallah.
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 So, I think Jonathan said 2. So what is the second, Ellen?
Fitra, I've mentioned England and the US.
Oh, sorry, I missed that one. So me, definitely UK. I love to coming back again, but not in Aberdeen. I used to be in Aberdeen, so I love to go somewhere warmer. Maybe Warwick. But yeah, it was quite interesting. One of the most productive year in my life. Yeah, it was cool. Very very Aberdeen, but I love to come back to UK, and probably second will be New Zealand. This YouTube commercial just keep showing and pop-ups on my home YouTube channel. It recommends me to go to New Zealand, and I go click, and wow, it's a wonderful place to study after UK.
Beautiful place.
Yeah, beautiful place. Yeah. But Jonathan, can I say something?
Okay.
Sorry, thank you for the question. But Jonathan, I think you picked the wrong song of Dangdut. I think you played it in the background, right?
That was YouTube.
Yeah, I know.
That's the thing on YouTube.
I'll recommend you after this. Yeah, that wasn't the core of Dangdut.
Okay.
It wasn't more. It's modern Dangdut.
It says Lagu Dangdut. So maybe I've got a subgenre. Maybe.
Yeah.
But but if you're interested, by the way, we are going to be doing kind of English through Shakespeare courses.
Oh, really?
In summer. So hopefully obviously the pandemic situation is still dragging a little bit, but we're quite hopeful now over in the UK that springtime onwards we'll be having courses in face-to-face as well. So summertime we're opening up our summer courses again, and Kathy's doing a English through Shakespeare.
Ooh.
So with the home of Shakespeare next door to us, it's all very nice.
Yeah.
So hopefully we can maybe see some of you face to face.
Yeah.
Very soon. Because it has been a long time, hasn't it? A couple of years of not going anywhere.
It's been a long while, Jonathan. And I love to be outside somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, hopefully soon, inshallah.
Inshallah.
Okay. Inshallah. Sarah, do you want to ask another question, or is your hand up by accident?
It's still up from before, Penny. I don't know how to get rid of it now.
Just click on it again.
Oh. At the top. Oh, goodness.
Yeah. If you just click on the hand.
Oh, heck. Where have I gone?
Where it says raise hand, just click on it again. Brilliant presentation, Ellen and Fitri. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Kathy, did you want to feedback or?
I just wanted to, because Fitri asked me to give him some feedback on
Yes,
this.
that's what I thought.
I would like to give him some, and Ellen as well. I thought the pair of you together, you work very, very well together on a very, very interesting topic. And, your poster was really clear and you worked your way through it as you went. It was really, really fascinating. Fitri, yeah, what I found, remember I talked to you last week about being honest in the presentation and truthful, speaking from the heart. That came through very, very clearly and naturally. You have a very, very nice, natural style, to be honest, when you present, and you slow down beautifully. I just noticed that, absolutely. I thought it was very, very well, and a nice handover. The same from you, Ellen, and back again. I thought that you've both got really good presentation skills, honestly. So, it's been great working with you both. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kathy.
Well done, both.
That's all right.
Well done. Well done
your
for
feedback.
everybody.
Thank you.
I don't have to ask you for your poster because I've already got it. So thank you for that. Thank you for that, guys. Okay, so we'll move on now, and we've got Susiati and Diana, I think, next.
Yes, and I will share the screen.
Perfect.
That's okay. 1 second.
And congratulations to everybody. You're all keeping to timings and handling questions really, really well. This is amazing.
Can you see that?
Yeah.
I can see it. I don't know about everybody else.
No chat. Penny, can I say something before the next session's presentation?
Yes.
I forgot to give credit to Ellen. Ellen created the posters. Excellent job. She did a very excellent job, I think.
The graphics and the posters are all excellent. Well done, everybody.
Ellen, well done.
All of the
Ellen.
graphics we've seen so far, absolutely first class, everyone. Well done. Okay, Susiati and Diana, when you're ready.
Yeah. Diana will go first.
Yes, I'm ready. So my name is Diana, and my partner is Yuzi. And we would like to present our project about educational systems in Russia and Indonesia. First of all, I would like to emphasize that education is a vital part of our lives, as it provides a person with opportunities to fulfill anything they wish about and make an impact in our modern world. Children at school learn not only history, science, and different subjects, but they also learn how to manage their emotions, communicate with others, and develop different skills. However, each country has their own educational systems, and they may differ in a lot of ways. So the goal of our project is to compare and contrast educational systems in Russia and in Indonesia to see what strengths and weaknesses they have and in what ways they may contribute to each other. And the first topic that we would like to cover is structure. In both countries, educational systems provide obligatory and free education in public schools for children between the ages of 6 and 15. Private schools are not popular in Russia, while in Indonesia, 48% of all schools belong to private sector. Moreover, there are 4 stages of education: primary, secondary education, which is divided into junior secondary and senior secondary, and higher education. And at the age of 15 years old, children may choose to enter vocational school or non-university institute. And now Susie will take over.
All right, thank you very much, Diana. So now I'm talking about the exams in both countries. So exams are also an important part of both education systems, but there are some differences there. Indonesia is to apply the national exams called UN. It stands for Ujian Nasional. It's Bahasa Indonesia. Or in English, it's national exams, 4 compulsory subjects only. They include mathematics, Indonesian language, English language, science, social studies for primary and junior high school. At the senior secondary level, the UN covers mathematics, Indonesian language, English language, and mathematics, Indonesian language, English language, science, social studies, and student chosen major. In Russia, there are less compulsory subjects on exams, and students have only one examination session. It is called OGE in the end of the 9th grade. They must take the Russian language and mathematics exams, and if they want to continue their studies, then they have to take two to 3 exams on their major. And now I'm going to move on to the topic about curriculum in both countries.
So curriculum is also one of the most important parts in the educational process, as it comprises the totality of student experiences. In Indonesia itself, there have been 10 changes in the curriculum since 1947. And the latest dates back to the 2013 plan, and it has been reported that it is not easy for teachers to get used to it. But compared to Russia, Russia is in curriculum is more stable. That the latest curriculum used was designed in 2001, and the change of the curriculum is not so many as that in Indonesia. And then the next topic will be given by Diana.
Yes, thank you. So the next problem is related to the capitalistic and socialistic impacts on systems. And I would like to start with that Russian educational system basis was taken from the USSR times, and there are particular socialistic features such as providing equality of opportunity to everybody, organized group activities in class, and so on. But at the same time, there are a lot of capitalistic influences in both countries. For example, education is mainly based on students' ability to memorize facts and is seen as a measuring tool. Moreover, it creates a highly competitive environment while tuition fees in educational institutions are getting higher and higher each year, as their goal is to earn a maximum capital.
Okay, and we go to the conclusion. Okay, so the conclusion is that, of course, there are some similarities and differences of education systems in Indonesia and Russia, but there are some values, or there are some things that can be learned by each other. So Indonesia may learn the stableness of curriculum from Russia. And on the other hand, Russia learns giving spiritual and affective values to students as priority in learning from Indonesia, as the curriculum 2013 gives the main priority on its character education. I think that's all. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Well done. That was interesting. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, interesting to hear about education systems in other countries. Fitri's got a question.
Yes. Can I?
Go ahead, Fitri. Yes, please.
Okay. From both country and both sides, talking about the education, there must be a challenge and problems in every country. So I wonder, what is the biggest problem in each country related to education? I don't know, it can be a big questions, but just based on your opinions in both country, yeah, both perspective. Thank you.
Diana will answer first.
Yeah.
Right, yes, sure. So I think in Russia, one of the biggest problems is that children have to learn all the subjects at the same time. So they have geography, physics, maths, and they all the time they learn the basic part, and then later on different stages they learn more about it. And we don't have majors, so we learn everything, and then we need to study and get ready for the exams, which are quite difficult, to be honest. And then enter the university and choose a major then.
Okay, and I answer from Indonesian part. I think Fitri has known Indonesian education system, but this is my opinion. The problems of education system in Indonesia, that yes, it's same as what Diana has said, that there are actually a lot of subjects that children have to study, and they have to study in early morning from 7 to even 4 p.m. So it's about 8 hours a day. And then it goes over and over from day to day. So I think it's tiring and making stress for children. And then the second problem is actually so Indonesia is a republic country, but for education, I think prefers to, what is the tendency is more in a capitalistic system, which means that those who go to international schools, for example, or to schools with high tuition fees, we will get more quality of education than those who go to schools which the tuition fees are lower. So the richer the parents are, so the more quality of education that the children will get. So that's my opinion. What about you, Fitri?
Well, well, thank you, but I will talk straightforward about this. I don't know, it's my personal opinion, but this is what I've been experiencing. Education in Indonesia, many problems. One of the things that I notice is the education here is more transactional in terms of how we, if you want to get more, you pay more. It's pretty much more like in a business or economic perspective. So this is something that I hope can be changed very soon, because it's very basic. If you want to go get better quality education facility, you pay more. If you want to get, just so education, just go for the state or public school. Well, just my opinion, but and I hope we can change this. We can change the Minister of Education and maybe change the president. Yeah.
To be you.
My opinion. Thank you.
It's pretty much the same. It's pretty much the same in the UK.
Oh, really?
Money speaks.
The money talks.
Money talks. If you've got money, you can buy anything.
And even, it's interesting, isn't it? Because you tend as well, we have a very diverse population as well in the UK.
Yeah.
And you tend to find that, in city schools, they've got city schools tend to be bigger class sizes, but if you go out into rural areas, you've got smaller schools, and they have smaller class sizes, so that affects the standard of education. I mean, the topic is a massive topic. We could probably talk for a couple of hours about it. It's very interesting, though. Has Jonathan got a question?
Yeah, thanks so much. Yeah, I think, as you were saying, the money seems to be driving education around the world, and the more you pay, the kind of the higher quality of education. And I suppose America's the example of that, where you pay through the nose, don't you, to get to the top universities there. But the one thing, I suppose, a question for Diana, if I can, in Russia, because you're mentioning a capitalist and the socialist aspect. Would you say, is there a sense of nostalgia, therefore, going back to maybe more? My wife is Lithuanian, and she grew up in the Russian Soviet system of education, where everything was equal. Is there a nostalgia back towards that kind of golden age of education in Russia, or are people moving forward and looking forward to the future of education?
I think people are moving forward, and I'm really glad that they do so, because time changes and people changes, and we cannot stress the same things as they did back in the USSR. So the approach is changing, and teachers are we have new what is that?
Methodology.
Yeah, that's right.
Great word.
Methodology.
Yes.
Methodology.
Everything changes, and I don't think that there is a kind of nostalgia about it.
Okay. No, good. Thank you very much.
Interesting. Okay, well, thank you guys. Kathy, did you want to feedback or?
No, I think you've answered all my questions, really. I thought it was an excellent presentation again. Really interesting topic, and we could talk about this for a long time.
Yeah,
really.
Very interesting topic. Yeah. Really interesting.
Thank you very much.
Thank you both very much. Now I'm just checking. I don't think I have your poster, Diana and Susiati. Can you share it with us, please? Yeah, if you put it in the chat box. Okay, guys, and so we come to our final presentation. Well, and this is sort of like a try presentation, and well done to Bella, Zita and Natalia for waiting until the very last. Okay, so over to you guys. Your topic is a very interesting topic as well. They've all been interesting. This is equally interesting. So, Bella, I can see you. I can't see anybody else at the moment. Why is that? Natalia's here and Zita's here. Okay, guys, over to you.
I will be sharing my screen.
Okay. Jonathan, you got your hand up on purpose? Put your hand down.
I'm having connection issues. Pardon.
Oh dear.
Yeah, things happen as always.
Things happen. Take your time. Have I got your presentation? I don't know if I have. I've got your project, not your poster. Is anybody else able to share their screen with the poster?
Is it on Microsoft Teams? If it is there, I can download it.
If you can share your poster, somebody else might be able to share it.
Okay.
Just drop it on the chat, Bella.
Yeah.
It's a team effort, isn't it, at the end of the day?
Yeah.
Yeah, Fitri's had to help me out so many times.
I tell you, this technology, it blows your brains out.
Yeah, drain our brain. That's why next year we don't do online, okay, Penny? See you on campus.
No, you come to the UK.
To the UK. Come to Warwick.
Inshallah, I will.
Come to Warwick.
Warwick.
See you what month? What month will we see you, Fitri? What month?
Yeah.
I've dropped it down the chat box and it's loading.
Okay, here we go.
It's not coming
so,
yet.
Fitri, are you going to try sharing it?
Okay, I will. It's not coming yet. No.
I haven't
nothing.
got it yet. It's okay, we're fine.
It's a big PNG file.
Okay, you can compress it. Like before I dropped it, so it's lighter.
Or if you can email it to me, I can open it.
It's 20% there. 20% more.
Okay, right. So we've just got to talk to each other.
It's coming. It's coming. The file is coming. Where are you, Penny, right now? Still in Tenerife?
Me?
Yes.
I'm still in Tenerife. Yeah, in a very rainy Tenerife, actually.
Oh, I envy you. You have holiday, yeah?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes and no.
Well, not at this exact moment, no.
Fitri, how do you celebrate Christmas, Fitri? Do you celebrate?
I don't celebrate, or some of my family celebrates back in South Sulawesi. So, but on annually they will go back home, and they will have a party. Yeah, you know, eating time together. But not nowadays. Not now. Everybody stay wherever you are. Don't go anywhere. Yeah.
I know it's
not
one
fun,
of those
Kathy.
things, isn't it?
It's not fun. Yeah, we just do this video call.
It's not fun. Oh.
But before
And
pandemic,
Joe,
fun. Yeah.
Joe, are you on your own, or have you got people there with you watching the TV? Joe.
Can you see my file?
No.
I could.
Oh,
yeah, the file's coming up. This.
It's there. I download it now, Bella. Wait. Download it. Downloading. Okay, wait.
Are you going to share it, Fitri, or shall I?
Oh well.
Oh, we've got music somewhere.
That's another wrong playlist. Okay, wait. Okay. Is it me or you, Penny?
I don't mind, whichever you prefer.
Okay, wait.
Fitri, you said the 17 most delicious dangdut songs. That was my second playlist.
Just type Dangdut Roma Irama, yeah. So wait, so is it
that's
Penny?
lovely.
Yeah.
That's
I've shared my screen. Does that help you, Bella?
It's
yes,
on the screen.
I
Yes.
can see it.
Yes, Penny. We can see it.
I can make it a bit bigger. There you go. Right, when you're ready.
Now?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Did you know that more than 50% of fast fashion clothes will be discarded within 1 year of purchase thanks to fast-moving trends? Good day, everyone. My name is Bella, a former fashion student and currently a communication student at Bina Nusantara University in Indonesia, with my partners Zita and Natalia. We will be presenting about fast fashion, how it's fast and fabulous, but also dangerous. Fashion trends come and go like the wind. This creates the demand for trendy clothes at affordable prices. The new supply and demand cycle in the fashion industry generates the new realm of fast fashion. And while it seems to be a convenient business model, fast fashion is detrimental to the environment.
What is the fast fashion? Fast fashion is a business model that emphasizes making clothing quickly and cheaply, usually in response to the less popular fashion trend. Fast fashion is known for being cheap, trendy, and is commonly sold in retail stores, both online or in store. The drop in government prices over the last 20 years has allowed us to buy more and more clothes. Now we have 5 times more clothing than our grandparents had. It felt great until we found out what we hiding behind this trend. Thus is, however, this never-ending production of cheap clothing can only be achieved through many processes of cutting down production costs. And all of this is feasible at the cost of our health, our planet, and our government workers' lives.
Oh, well, thank you, Natalia, for explaining what fast fashion is. And so I will go into explaining about why fast fashion is harmful. So, firstly, we have to look into where the clothes came from. A lot of clothing articles are made from cotton, and cultivating cotton requires a lot of water. According to World Wildlife Foundation, producing 1 kilogram of cotton requires more than 20,000 liters of water. This means that the more clothing requiring cotton to be produced, the more water needs to be pulled away from food crops. Not to mention that growing cotton for commercial purposes requires a copious amount of synthetic fertilizers that can pollute the soil and water systems. And nowadays, a lot of clothes are made with a mix of natural and synthetic fibers, sometimes even purely synthetic. Materials like polyester, nylon, acrylic, and spandex are made from synthetic fibers, which comes from petroleum. According to New Textiles Economy Report 2017, the plastic-based fibers require approximately 342 million barrels of oil in their production each year. And now that we have looked into where the fabrics are made, and the fabrics have been made, of course, the fabric have to be processed before being sewn. And the process of dyeing and finishing fabrics to be made into commercial clothes requires a lot of toxic chemicals. And oftentimes the residue of these harmful chemicals are dumped neglectfully in nearby rivers. For instance, Citarum River in Indonesia has been a place for fabric manufacturers linked with fast fashion brands like Zara, Gap, and H&M to dump their chemical waste. And a lot of people have said that this river is one of the most polluted river in the world because this river is reported to carry toxic chemicals from these factories which are linked to cancer and deaths. And lastly, now that we have talked about the environmental harm of the fast fashion fast fashion also cause negative welfare environment for workers that produce the clothes. Well, the reason why we can get a copy of celebrities' latest outfit for hundreds of dollars cheaper is because of cheap labor. Most fast fashion brands outsource sweatshops located in third world countries like Bangladesh, India, Indonesia, and Vietnam because the minimum wage of these countries is very, very cheap. Even if fast fashion companies set a cheap price for their products, the profit margin is still high because they pay these workers very low wage to begin with. Also, more often than not, these sweatshops operate in a very poor working environment. So that has been me explaining about why fast fashion is harmful. The next part of the presentation will be about the impact of fast fashion, which will be explained by Bella. Bella, time is yours.
Now that we've discussed why fast fashion is harmful, we need to analyze the impact of fast fashion. According to the Environmental Audit Committee in 2019, that by 2030, global apparel consumption is projected to rise by 63%, from 62 million tons today to 102 million tons, equivalent to more than 500 billion additional t-shirts. As you can see from the pictures that we have shown in our poster, we can see that the textile waste keeps on compounding into each other and keeps on increasing, thus making it bad not only for social reasons and environmental reasons. It is also committing into global warming and social hazards. Now we will be talking about how we can stop the cycle, and that will be brought upon by Natalia.
Yes, let's admit it is as difficult to stop buying for fast fashion brands because that's all we can afford. The root problem of this harmful cycle of fast fashion lies is consumerism, meaning these companies will never stop churning our never clothes every second, and long as a demand is there. What we can do to reduce this is simple: buying less. Of course, purchasing clothes from H&M does not immediately make us to develop, but as long as we are buying clothing environmentally and wearing the most hour of them, we are already doing our part to contribute less to the fast fashion cycle. One other way we can stop contributing to this cycle is by thrifting. By thrifting, we do not contribute to the sales of their fast fashion brand, and we also help give new home to clothes that would otherwise contribute to the landfill. The Environmental Protection Agency reported that 17 million tons of textile waste ended up in landfills in 2018 alone, meaning that aside from the newly produced clothes, we already have tons of unworn excess clothes. By thrifting, we are helping to make a dent in that pile to excess. Lastly, we should do our best to make our clothes last longer. Instead of throwing away our clothes once it looks old, we can prolong the lifetime of our clothes by mending it. We can also recycle them into using useful stuff or even reusing them as rain. Let's make the world a green place and start without yourself to make more informed person and better hand things. That's all.
That is all from us. Thank you for your attention and thank you for sticking around until the last presentation. That is it from me, and Natalia.
Thank you very much indeed. Thank you. Do we have any questions? What an interesting topic. Any questions, anybody? Sarah.
Hello, everyone. Well done. That was, it was really interesting. That I'm interested to know if you have many thrift shops in your country. We often call them second-hand shops in our country, which is a slightly different term.
In Indonesia, we do actually, especially in the Java Island and the capital area. Usually thrifting, well, it's kind of like a good thing since we buy less and we revamp our clothes, but it's also a bad thing here because people have popularized it and capitalism, they turned it into a business model. Right. And sell it on Instagram and make it trendy, thus making it defeating the purpose of thrifting.
Yeah.
We have apps now. You can download apps and you can upload your old clothes and sell them.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
it's become a big thing here in
Yeah. Kathy.
Yeah, I was just I was fascinated with this topic because Bella, you used that last week as you were talking about that that one image of the clothes piled high like that, and it's really quite sobering to see the amount of wastage that goes on clothes, etc. But it was just a little story I was going to share with you very quickly. That when I was young, all our clothes came from what we call jumble sales. All our clothes were second hand. And I used to feel quite ashamed wearing second-hand clothes because we hadn't got any money. But nowadays, it's very fashionable. And I often meet up with 3 girlfriends, and they are always showing me what they've bought, and my sisters, from a second-hand shop. They say, oh, I bought it at a second-hand shop. I like your bag. I bought it at a second-hand shop. I like your shoes, second-hand shop. Well, I never see those things when I go in there. All I see is a pile of clothes piled up on rails and bags and shoes, and I personally never find anything. But you have to have, I think, a good eye, because you can very often get designer clothes, designer labels at really a fraction of the price that you would normally pay. But for me, I think it's a really great idea of recycling, but it is a very, very big business now. Lots of charities like British Heart Foundation, Cancer. We have many, many charity shops, and they are all trying to attract, the shopper to go into their shop. So they've become very professional looking. Their windows are dressed now, and many, many shops that are empty because of whatever, because the high street, are closing down shops. They are filling them with charity shops now. So if you come to our country and you come to near Warwick University, you only have to walk down high streets now and you can spot at least, like Indian restaurants, charity shops. They are completely taking over. I don't know whether it's because they get their rates are cheaper, etc. But it's a really good way of recycling. I know that, and also secondhand bookshops, etc. Used bookshops.
Fitri and I just talking about jumble sales.
Jumble sales. Oh yeah, because we always used to go. My mum used to put me in the front of the queue to run in as soon as the doors were open to get the best bargains. And very often I'd come out with 2 different shoes. Two different left shoes that didn't match.
I tell you what jumble sales are good for, children's toys.
Oh yes. So thank you anyway, really interesting presentation. And again, Bella, you asked a nice rhetorical question at the beginning. I was very impressed with that. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Jonathan, have you got a question?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, very thought-provoking. I've just been thinking while you were chatting, because we talk about clothes and fast clothes and how kind of sweatshops have sprung up around the world, and largely that is to make kind of T-shirts and kind of westernized styles as cheap as possible to ship back to ship everywhere. I was just thinking, I think it's a real shame that maybe the westernized idea of fashion has become the kind of the mass-produced version, because you've got the African styles, you've got the Asian styles of fashion that haven't traveled around the world and haven't become the norm for everyone else to wear. And it'd be lovely to kind of go back a little bit more to local styles, everyone having the local styles, but also other styles becoming global.
I think, Jonathan, you could wear a turban nicely.
Well, I think, I was watching on TV the other day, and there was the woman dressed, I think it was an African.
You can buy one
Nigerian
yourself.
style, very vibrant colours, and yet it hasn't, it's very distinctly African, or in the Middle East, the long thobe and the dish dash, and in Indonesia as well, maybe it's very calm and cool, both temperature
climate,
and fashion-wise. But it's just not. It doesn't transfer into Western cultures yet. Maybe it will in the future. Climate-wise, yeah, but in summer over here, it's a very, very nice thing to wear. A lot of people bring them back, and it's an elegance. There's an elegance. There's an elegance to a lot of the styles that the Western T-shirt and jeans doesn't have. But yet that's become the dominant mass-produced style.
It's also
so I'm just looking forward to more style from other countries becoming global.
In a very westernized world, at least from my research back in fashion school, style is very dependent on location, dependent on the trends, what we see on TV, on Netflix. So I think it's because of lack of representation. And so recently, the Korean wave, the Korean style, has been coming very much into the Western world and Southeast Asia. And that is due to a lot of the rise of K-pop and the rise of Korean culture, such as Squid Games and things like that.
The more you're gonna dress like Squid Games. Hey.
The more the culture and the way people dress, it really depends on what we see. Because people love to follow.
Yeah, it's true. We like to follow fashion, don't we? So,
It'd be interesting to see the effect Netflix, for example, like a global TV company now. If it focuses on, say, Korea for a while, or it focuses on a particular area of the world, whether that really does bring it through, because it'd be fascinating.
It's the power of the media, isn't it? So, which is a whole new topic, I guess.
Yeah, thanks very much. Thanks.
Yeah. Okay. So well done, guys. All interesting topics. Kathy, did you want to say anything else at this point?
Are we coming to a close now?
I think I have to congratulate you all, because you've been outstanding with your posters and your presentations. Really well done. I think Kathy will agree with me. You've all completed a 5-week course where we've worked across continents and time zones, basically, to pull together a wonderful session of poster presentations on such a diverse range of topics. And I know that you guys have all been working to various deadlines, you've had other assignments to do, you've had your own subject-specific materials to get through and your own essays to write, etc. So, you know, from all of the team at Warwick, we congratulate you on the ability to time manage and to self-direct and but yet to give the same commitment to this particular course as well, and to conclude at this point with such high-level professional presentations. Really well done. Honestly, all credit to you. So well done.
Yes, thank you all of you for working so hard and consistently throughout the 5 weeks, and for those of you that came every week to my class. I really enjoyed working with your high levels of English and your interaction with me. It was such a pleasure, and then to see it played out with your presentations this morning, I was really, really impressed, and love to get to know you more at some stage. Hope to see you at Warwick on a short course. It would be great, actually. And I hope that you yourselves feel that you've learnt something over these last 5 weeks, that, you know, the course was well worth doing for yourselves. And we would love feedback from you, please.
Yes. And in fact, I have put the link to the feedback form in this chat box. So if we could ask kindly to feedback on your experience, help us to improve this course. We'd also like to know, you know, if you'd be interested in any other types of courses of this nature, and there's a box for you to tick there in the feedback questionnaire. Obviously we don't have time to do a quiz now, so we're going to wrap up because we know it's late in Indonesia. But if you could
add, Penny, there, that rather than in the feedback you put like excellent, could you say what you enjoyed in particular? Be specific about it. So you just give us, you know, a sentence or two would be really, really helpful, and we'd be so grateful if you could do that for us, please.
Yeah, because we're always looking to improve.
We are.
Thank you very much for sharing your projects and your presentations, and we do ask you if we could actually use those for marketing purposes. There's a box in the feedback form in that regard, because we'd like to be able to share your excellent work with other people as well. So I think that about covers it. I think, Kathy, can you think of anything else?
No, I can't. It's just to say a wonderful group of young people. Great to meet you all, and you know, I'll miss you.
We'll certainly miss you. It's been a highlight of our our week. One for Kathy, once for me, to be able to cross time zones and continents and work with you. It really has been very, very rewarding for us as tutors as well. And we wish you all every success in your studies, in what you're doing. If ever you find yourself in the UK, come and look us up in Warwick. Fingers crossed we'll be back face to face soon, and you'll be able to come to Warwick to do the next level of this course. And apart from that, wish you all a very happy Christmas.
Happy Christmas, everyone, and all the best for the new year.
And Sarah, you're sending a certificate of completion to people. The certificates? Yes. Sarah's on mute.
She's on mute. Yes, she is.
Certificate of completion. They might take a little while because it's Christmas and we're all going on holiday very soon. So if you don't get it immediately, it will come to you in January.
Okay.
Next year.
Okay. Thank you very much, everyone.
Okay, guys. Look after yourselves. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Thank you again. And I hope to see you again one day.
Hope to see you one day soon.
Inshallah, see you.
Bye-bye.
See you someday, everyone. Katie,
Bye,
Sarah,
everyone.
Penny.
Thank
you.
Bye-bye then. Bye-bye.
everyone.
Bye-bye.
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 Thank you.
Thank you, guys.